OpenAI just released GPT-5 and it's all the talk in AI, of course, just like every other model that always gets released. It's like one after another. But yeah, it's all the talk. There are a lot of people claiming that it's, really amazing and it's the best one yet, especially for writing, content creation, stuff like this. So I wanted to test it out, give you a little rundown of what you can expect from GPT-5 if you're using it to land clients, to do, if you provide content as a service, ghostwriting, copywriting, anything like that. I'm going to run it through 3 prompts that I have that I use in my own toolkit for creating different types of content. We're just going to see how it performs, what the output's like, and I'm going to give you my impression as somebody who uses AI every day for all of these different content creation tasks. So here's the new GPT-5. We have the main thing that you need to know here is that they have rolled all the models into one now. So no, you don't need to switch between all these different ones anymore. So we have just the GPT-5, which is the flagship model. And, before you used to have all the different regular models and then the reasoning models, right? 4.0 and then O3, etc. And you would have to choose in between them. But now GPT-5, it'll do this automatically. So like it'll decide when to use the reasoning, when not to. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. And then they also have a GPT-5 thinking, which just gets you more thorough answers. And then GPT-5 Pro for research grade intelligence, right? So this simplifies things. This is something that OpenAI, it was like way overdue. There was way too many models to choose from. And it's one of the reasons why I actually have never, I've never not been really using ChatGPT as my LLM of choice for content creation and for clients. Instead, I always use Claude. So we're going to see if this can change things a little bit. So now you just choose the flagship model and you don't have to do anything else, all right? I'm going to run this through 3 prompts to test to see how fast it is, what the output's like, first with these 3 prompts, and then of course going forward, take a more systematic approach to it. But the 3 prompts that I have that you're going to find below for free that you can go use is a 5,000 landing page generator for courses, which I use to generate landing pages for courses, that would normally cost $5,000. We have a video transcript to text companion, which you take an entire text, this is probably like a newsletter or a transcript or a video newsletter or a transcript of some sort. And this will create like a podcast, and this will create a text companion piece to go along with it, like supplemental text. And then I have a LinkedIn post variation generator that's going to generate like 10 LinkedIn post variations based off of a single piece of content. All right. So we're going to run those three through ChatGPT and see how it works. Let's start with the video transcript to text companion. So to use this prompt, you just need to attach the transcript or paste it in the variable here. Like I said, this is below. The link to these prompts are below for you to check out. You're going to copy this here, take it over into ChatGPT in a new chat, paste it. All right. And this is going to tell ChatGPT that it's a skilled content creator tasked with transforming video transcripts into engaging structured text companions. Now I have a transcript already. I run a newsletter over on Substack called AI Disruptor that teaches people how to all about AI and content creation and scaling up their content. And, I always do video editions of the newsletter there. And, I don't really have the time to record the video and then also write the entire text to go along with it or create something brand new. I never write anything from start to finish anymore, of course. But, I don't want an entirely different process for this. So I created this system, this prompt, to just run the transcript through and create the supplemental text version that I can put with my newsletter, right? So this one was about how to create educational videos from your existing content in 10 minutes. In this video, I showed how to use NotebookLM to do this. And I downloaded the transcript here. So once I have the transcript and I have my prompt in ChatGPT, we're going to put the transcript here. I'm going to attach it. All right, and now the transcript is attached. The prompt is ready to go, and I'm going to run it with GPT-5. And you're going to see right away, the first thing that catches my attention is that it's super fast. It's really fast, right? And that probably has to do also with it deciding when to use the thinking and when not to. One of the problems I had before with ChatGPT is I would always switch between O3 and 4.0, the thinking models and the regular ones. And, I never exactly knew when to do it. And also I would forget sometimes, and that would mess up the output. But also, if I'm trying to create content for myself or a client, and I'm using like the reasoning model back then, sometimes it would just format it very badly, right? It would kind of just use a very systematic, like bullet point type formatting, which is not what I wanted. So by letting GPT-5 make that decision, it's just going to streamline things. It's going to streamline all of your content creation processes. All right. So we have Google Notebooks LM, new video overview, a game changer for AI-powered content. Google has just introduced one of the most powerful creative AI features yet, video overviews. We have the key takeaways. All right. And this looks really good right off the bat. It looks incredible. What is the video overview feature? How it works? You're going to see also, we're not going to give GPT all the credit here because this is also my prompt that's going to tell it to format it this way. We have a how it works section bullet pointed here, the big idea, context engineering, the new 80-20 rule. I like that it's pulling out, these specific highlighted parts of the video and creating even breaks here. We have first steps to becoming a context engineer, why this matters right now, taking action. All right. So followed the prompt pretty, to a T. It's really good. The output is really fast. I guess that's probably, I would say, it followed instructions better than 4.0 than some of the other experiences I had. And it's more natural. The writing's better. It's not hallucinating anything. It's really staying to the task that I gave it in the prompt and just did it incredibly fast. So that is the first thing we want to run it through. If you make any video content or your clients, have podcasts or videos or walkthroughs, anything like that, use this prompt to create the supplemental text to go along with it. All right. And it's really well, I designed that to be really helpful to the reader. Even if they don't watch the video and they're just reading, they're going to pick up everything you want there. The second prompt I wanted to test out here that I have is just LinkedIn post variations. All right. So this prompt I have, you just need to attach a single piece of long form content or just paste it in the variable here. And I'm going to take this one. All right. And this one's going to create a couple different variations with hooks, variation templates, engagement tactics, all right, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to go back over to GPT. Let's start a new chat. Let's paste this one in. And let's just use the same transcript that we used for that last video I did. I'm going to upload it here, and we'll see how it does creating LinkedIn posts out of it. So upload the transcript, run this. Let's see how GPT-5 does with LinkedIn posts. All right. Right off the bat, super fast. It's going to turn the transcript into 5 distinct LinkedIn optimized posts with different strategies, each 1,200, 1,900 characters. All right. We got post 1, the actionable framework. It gives us the strategy here. The hook laid out. Most people think great AI results come from better prompts. They're wrong. It's not about the words you type in. It's about the system you build before you type them. Here's the 3-step framework that will 10 times your output. Looks amazing. Main content. All right. We've been sold the myth of the perfect prompt, but prompts are just hammers. Got the skills. All right. Looks like really great LinkedIn posts. Engagement driver. All right. Then we have suggested first comment in the LinkedIn. All right. And then it's going to go on. Post 2, the story transformer hook. I used to think so I really like the hooks here. It really nailed the hooks better than 4.0 ever could. So the hooks right away, and hooks is like the most important part of this entire business of content. So, it being able to do hooks really well is definitely, definitely something that catches my attention, is going to make me consider using this a lot more for clients. All right. And for my own brand. Then we have the main content. All right. 3 is the contrarian list. All right. We have let's check this hook out. 3 lies about AI prompts that are holding you back. There's a perfect prompt. More prompts equal better results. Prompting is the most important skill. I'm going to, this is funny because I'm giving you prompts to do this, and I'm going to show you why. Prompting is great. You could see how much value just a single prompt can give you, but really you take it to that next level for yourself and clients, and how you really scale up to, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 monthly retainers, bigger clients, is, creating a system, not just using prompts. All right. Then we have suggest first comment. Post 4 is the educator. All right. So the post looks great. I really like the way it's coming out here on LinkedIn. I really like the way it's using all these breaks to keep everything very nice and organized, clear. All right. Then it's even asking me here, do you want me to also prepare a compact table summarizing these 5 posts so you can easily rotate them in your LinkedIn content calendar? Let's just say yes. Let's just see what the hell it creates here. That's also another thing I noticed with GPT-5 is it's a lot more It's a lot more, I don't even know the word here, not pushy, but it's a lot more like it's offering you or suggesting, it's a lot more suggestive of the next step that you can do, even if you don't tell it. If you just say, hey, this is what I want here, it'll end it all the time by saying, do you also want me to do this? Or maybe I could do this. And, some people might get annoyed with that. Like, oh, you just wanted to follow the task. But really, it's already over the past day that I've been using this. It's made me think about some things that I didn't think about before, all based off of its own suggestions. So we have a table here. All right. It gives us all 5 posts, what strategy or format it follows, the hook types, the length, tone, engagement questions. So that's really cool. And then see exactly what I'm telling you. Look here. I didn't say anything else, right? But it's saying, if you like, I can also build a 4-week LinkedIn posting calendar with these posts slotted in at optimal days and times for reach, including comment, follow-up prompts, and cross-post repurposing notes. So let's just say yes. Let's just let it go. We'll just let it do whatever it wants. All right, here's a 4-week LinkedIn posting calendar. All right, what does it give us here? This assumes that we post 2 times per week. All right, this video is supposed to be just about these couple creating content, but we're going all over the place here with, thanks to GPT-5, it's creating entire month calendars. All right, so we would have week 1, the post, the core theme, the content reply, prompt, all right, cross-post repurposing note. So then it tells us kind of what we can do with that post, like convert it into a tweet thread with 3 number tips. So that's cool. All right, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna tell GPT to stop because it's also now saying, I can also make you a 1-page AI content ops dashboard in Notion. Like crazy. It's doing all of this off of one thing. Unnecessary. Don't get carried away with that. Just stick to the task at hand. All right, but it's a fun little experiment to see what it can do. Now, all right, so far we did, let's see, we did the video transcript to text companion, check. It was pretty incredible output that GPT-5 was able to do. Really fast, really on point, really great writing. The second was the LinkedIn post variations. Also did great, really fast, on point, followed the instructions to a T. So I really like that. Now let's take a look at this $5,000 landing page generator for courses. This is, one of my favorite prompts I built to create landing pages for your course, right? Before you would have to pay $5,000 if you wanted this super high converting landing page that uses all these psychological triggers and stuff. But now we can use AI for that. So I have a prompt here. You're an expert copywriter specializing in creating high converting landing pages for online courses. All right. For this prompt, we're going to go back over to GPT. Let's create a new chat here and let's paste the prompt. Now for this prompt, you have to upload the entire course curriculum and, anything else that you can upload. Like you would want the curriculum, testimonials, pricing packages, anything like that, right? Anything that will help that you would want on your landing page, you're going to include here and it's going to write up the landing page. I have a course right here that I used this system to build my landing pages. I didn't use this prompt. I used a bigger system based off of this prompt, which I'll show you. But I'm just going to recreate my landing page now for this course, with this prompt to show you, and we'll see how well GPT-5 can do it. So I have this course here called Build Your Own AI or Build Your AI Writing System. The course is called AI Writer Ops. All right. So it's all about building an AI writing system for your own brand or clients to land high-paying clients and to write really unique content for them. So I'm going to export. We have all the modules here. I went ahead and exported them all into a file, all into a document. And what I'm going to do is just upload. Let's see here. Let me find it. Upload the entire training here, right? So I'm going to upload a document here, which is the full training program, and it's just all the text, just so we can see right away what kind of landing page copy this can do. All right, so you can see right away, super fast. It analyzed, 20, 30 pages of the course in not even a second. So we got the heroes section. Finally, build an AI writing system that works every time, not just when you get lucky. Stop wasting hours rewriting generic AI output. In the AI Writer Ops full training program, you'll learn how to turn ChatGPT or Claude into structured, brand-aligned content operator that never forgets your voice. Then it breaks down. This prompt breaks it down to different sections, right? And let's take a look at how it writes here. Most AI-powered writers are stuck in the random results trap. Maybe you recognize yourself in one of these. All right, so really good. amazing copy for your landing page course, for the landing page for your course. Really fast, really impressive. So, GPT-5 has a green light for me on these first impressions. I'm going to start working it into my own workflows now for both myself and clients to see how well I can do. It takes a lot for me to leave Claude, especially with the new Claude 4.1 Opus that I use. But, you never know. You should not hold yourself to one of these LLMs. Use whatever's the best. And that brings me to my next point. So that you don't have to keep dealing with this and you can always just leverage the best LLM that's out there right now. You want to create a system. You don't want, prompts are incredible. Prompts provide a lot of value. So if you walk away from here right now from this video and you take these prompts I have and you start using them for yourself and your clients, you're already going to be ahead of, most people out there using AI. And you're going to be creating very valuable content, very targeted content, that doesn't sound like generic ChatGPT garbage. So, taking these prompts, you're already going to get a lot of value. However, if you build an entire system, that is when you start to really scale up, and you can really make a ton of money, and you can really take on more clients, and just really impress everyone, and you'll be in the top 1% of AI users, especially those who are using it for content creation. So what does that mean? So for example, my landing page that I'm showing you right here, I created this by building out an entire system. The system is your project instructions, all right, where you have your first layer of your project instructions, which tells the LLM, the structure, the length, the formatting rules. Then you build your ICPs, you context engineer these, you build your ICPs, put them in the context engineer documents for your ChatGPT project. Then you build more context assets like your voice DNA, and any other context assets for your client or yourself. And then in the end, you don't need these big prompts. You just need trigger prompts where you can basically tell it, like, for example, in this case, we would say, instead of this big long prompt here, right, we would just have all of our context uploaded to the chat. And we would basically say, with the project instructions letter, we would say, write me a high converting landing page targeted towards my ICPs for my AI Writer Ops course and stuff like that. So that's how that works. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check out AI Writer Ops. This will take you from prompts to a bigger system. So you can, really scale up and move past that. That's really only for, high volume type, people who are, have like a lot on the line for their content, trying to make a ton of money doing this, or just transforming your own content for your brand. That's who really would need those systems. But take these prompts right away. The system, once you have it, it looks like this. So you would go into like Alex McFarland, and this is the next thing I'm testing out on GPT-5 to see how well that works. So like I said, you would have, for example, all your files uploaded into here, all of your context engineered files. For example, I have my growth story, my voice DNA, my ICPs, my AI Writer Ops pricing packages, my newsletter CTAs, and stuff like that. If you, in my AI Writer Ops program, you'll learn how to create all of these, and you'll get an entire library of project instructions. So then in the instructions, for example, we would have the video to text companion content. This is not the prompt. This is like 10, 15 pages of instructions here. Because then all we can literally do this here. Instead of that big prompt I gave you before, we can just upload. Let me upload the transcript here. That's it. It's just a transcript. I don't need anything else because all the context is set, and I can just send that with like not even saying anything. All right. And it's going to know exactly what to do here. So it created it. It put it in my voice DNA. So like, it's always going to be better than a one-off prompt, like a lot better, because it's going to be in your voice DNA. It's going to be with all of your context. You're just going to be able to scale up and actually create a systematic approach to creating content. So with GPT-5, we can see that it processes all of my context documents incredibly fast, and we'll see how well this has done it. You're going to see pretty similar to what the prompt can get you, but it's going to be scaled up. It's going to be better. It's going to be in my voice, targeted at my ICPs, and with my CTAs, and etc. All right, so I'm not going to get too much into that. If you're interested, check it out. The link is below as well. But for this focus, we are just looking at these 3 prompts GPT-5 performs incredibly well. Go check it out. Definitely use it for your content creation. Let us know your own experience, but we are definitely on the right path. The models are getting better. This is impressive from OpenAI. They had lost me for a while now. So, we'll see if I move back to it, but of course I'll keep you updated. But each person needs to test it out themselves, try it out, and you're going to make up your own mind.